A Pennsylvania woman tried to goose-step her way into the hearts of MAGA minions by imitating Elon Musk's Nazi salute on TikTok, but the big boot of the internet had very different plans for her, and I have the full story and video for you next. It feels like almost every day that Donald Trump or Elon Musk says or does something that is blatantly racist. And we report on it like we did when Elon celebrated Donald's first day with a contrived Nazi salute. But when it happens, there are no consequences for elite perpetrators like Trump and Musk. It's as if a reset button is hit, life goes on, until they feel the urge to do it again. But when a civilian is inspired by their actions and tries to replicate them, they find that they do not have a similar shield of invincibility, and their impulsive hubris was actually a life-altering blunder. Today, that person is Laura Smith, a Trumper from Pennsylvania, and in just a minute, I'll share the video she posted and the consequences she paid. But first, I want to update you on Elon. Watch as he delivers a message of let's move on to a far-right group called AFD. And on the other side, I'll show you how a Musk provocateur used a Tesla factory to flash their own message that basically said, we're not moving on.
I think there's frankly too much of a focus on past guilt, and we need to move beyond that. Children should not be guilty of the sins of their parents, or even let alone their parents, their great-grandparents, maybe even.
Thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
This is the Tesla Gigafactory in Berlin, where Elon Musk builds Tesla cars for the European market. It's factories like this that have made him the world's richest person. But now he's using that wealth, billions of dollars amassed by selling Teslas, to promote European far-right parties. He's vocally supporting the far-right AFD in the upcoming German election, claiming only the AFD can save Germany. The AFD is so far to the right that France's national rally leader, Marine Le Pen, will not work with the party. Members of the AFD use Nazi slogans, constantly spread disinformation, and trivialize the Holocaust. In a conversation on Twitter, Musk and Alice Weidel, the leader of the AFD, both spread misinformation and falsified history. Musk claimed that Weidel is the most popular candidate for German Chancellor, when in reality polls put her fifth. Musk also claimed the AFD is the most popular party in Germany. A complete lie. Weidel declared to Musk that Hitler was not right-wing or a conservative, but was a communist, a claim to which Musk said, very much so, and yeah. In reality, the Nazis were an extreme right-wing, racist and anti-Semitic party that murdered 6 million European Jews. Musk has called Angela Merkin, a sex industry slur.
That video is so well done and so important to the larger conversation about Elon Musk, so I'll show you the conclusion in just a minute. But first, let's take a break for today's breaking story. Here's the smug video that Laura Smith felt compelled to post on TikTok, and the outcome as explained by Tizzy ENT.
Just checking in on my friends who are struggling this week. My heart goes out to you. Hope you're doing okay.
It gets even better because that's not just some rando. That's not like a homemaker who will just get some dirty looks at the next PTA meeting. No, her name is Laura C. Smith, and she's the vice chair of the Board of Supervisors. I'm going to botch that name if I try it. For that township in Pennsylvania. She then proceeded to comment on that video and say, cannot post something that matters to me without an unhinged person being a complete boob. So I made a post to stir the pot because I can. I think she's confused pot stirring with shooting your own political career in the foot. But you can't find this comment or the video on her page anymore because she deleted it and offered this bullshit gaslighty apology. A video I posted recently to social media has been greatly mischaracterized. Not wishing to give offense, I removed the video from my accounts. I abhor racism, anti-Semitism, or discrimination in any fashion or form. Apparently, you don't abhor it that much. In fact, I'd say you seem pretty fucking comfortable with it. And not surprisingly, people in her township are calling for her resignation. Her term's up at the end of the year anyway, but that's not soon enough for them. And I know this is probably all rough for you, Laura, but my heart, it goes out to you. You see how I managed to do that without making a hand gesture that was popularized by absolute genocidal monsters?
Quick update, she did resign from that library board position and a nonprofit. So Laura Smith discovered that monkey see, monkey do does not work if you're not the top banana, and I found it interesting that she mentioned racism in her rebuttal. It sounded a bit self-incriminating to me. As for that top banana Elon Musk, you know he will continue to troll liberals with his symbols of his true feelings. He seems to get some kind of perverse joy over putting it out there, and doing so from the safety of the racist bunker that Trump has constructed over the past 9 years. But the context should never be forgotten, and that's why I want you to see the second half of the video co-produced by Led by Donkeys and Political Beauty, the video that was broadcasted on the side of the Tesla factory in Germany. There's a famous saying that goes something like this: when someone shows you who they are, believe them. Please watch the video until the end and believe Elon Musk because he's showing us exactly who he is.
In the UK, Musk has become a vocal supporter of Tommy Robinson, a former member of the fascist British National Party, who has served multiple prison sentences, including one for assaulting an off-duty police officer. Robinson, a football hooligan, is the founder of the far-right English Defence League. He has a history of violence and has been filmed attacking people on multiple occasions. He is currently in jail after being ordered by a judge to stop spreading entirely false claims about a 15-year-old refugee who had been attacked by another teenager at school. Robinson repeated the false claims anyway. Musk has backed him multiple times on Twitter. In recent weeks, Musk also came to the defence of Andrew McIntyre, a British neo-Nazi who was a key architect of racist riots that rocked the UK last summer. McIntyre set the time and location for the initial riot that targeted a mosque, drawing a red circle around it and adding the message, "Time for war." 50 police officers would be injured in the attack while congregants had to lock themselves inside. McIntyre then declared on the organising channels he established that the mosques must burn. The day before his arrest, he was calling for the killing of all Jewish, Muslim and black people, adding white power. McIntyre also shared a video of the 2019 Christchurch mosque terror attack, when 51 Muslims were murdered, coupled with a caption lauding the shooter as a white legend and making offensive slurs against Muslims and Jews. When he was arrested, a knife was found hidden in the boot of his car, and when his home was searched, officers found weapons and a copy of Hitler's Mein Kampf. McIntyre used Telegram to encourage rioting, but Musk took to Twitter to bemoan McIntyre's 7-year prison sentence for organising the riots using social media. Musk also interacted positively on Twitter with Austrian far-right activist Martin Sellner. Sellner's identitarian organisation previously received a €1,500 donation from the Christchurch attacker. Sellner and the shooter exchanged friendly emails before the atrocity, with Sellner inviting the man to join him for a beer or coffee if he ever came to Austria. Sellner denies knowing what the man was planning. When Sellner last year complained on Twitter about being detained by Swiss police at a talk he was giving about what he calls remigration, Musk asked, "Is this legal?" Then there was Norway. Musk has shared a post comparing the country to the USSR. And Italy. He's called on Italian judges to be fired. And the Netherlands. Musk said the Netherlands will die out by its own hand in a Twitter conversation with far-right Dutch leader Geert Wilders. European democracy is being threatened by the world's richest man. But Elon Musk's wealth and power is in large part based on the value of Tesla. When you buy a Tesla, you're backing a far-right activist.